the US the other day, they changed already during the election. So I do not want us to sell to Kenyans this notion that the presidential election is already cast in stone. And therefore, if you've not declared, Mheshimiwa here is trying to encourage people to come out early so that then they take a shot at them. But having said that, I am also one of those people who believe that I don't think that the door is completely shut on President William Ruto. I still have the thinking that for this year, the president can actually course correct. It is his third year. He can actually course correct, and simply by doing three things. Number one, he must review the bottom-up economic plan. He must review it because we are no longer implementing it. He needs to give us a new plan, and there's nothing wrong with changing. Plans are supposed to be changed. Number two, he needs to change how he communicates. His communication is totally broken down. He has to change. That is the second issue. Number three, he must find a new set of advisors, people he can listen to. Because as it is today, the president looks like he advises his advisors. If he does those three things, the president has a hope. But the one thing I am sure of, 100%, is that if President William Ruto can survive the onslaught that he has, none of his lieutenants will actually make it. Because those are the people who simply are making it so difficult for him. Even in Rift Valley, a lot of the people, if you go to the ground, you will realize the people are so angry with the people who are working with the president. They feel like they're not giving him the right counsel. They feel like wanamchomea. So if the president survives, the one thing I know is that he will arrive a wounded man and without his soldiers. He will have a whole new, Kenyans will give him new people to go with. But then there's something Mheshimiwa has said here, and we must disabuse that. That our campaigns, our politics is expensive and everything. Our politics is expensive, and that is why it's been problematic. Kenyans have demonstrated that they can crowd fund. They actually have demonstrated that they can volunteer to actually ensure that a political cause is working out. That scaremongering of people is what actually scares away competent people from coming to politics. And that Kenyans must be told that if you choose money over competence, you end up with the problems we have today.
Correct.
You end up being forced to march to parliament and thereafter being abducted for that. As in, we do not, if Kenyans had to choose right, they did not have to march to parliament. They would actually have elected people who listen to them. They had a glut of those individuals. So you don't have to make mistakes and then shed blood to correct that. You can correct that during elections. And let's not make it look like it's expensive and difficult. Okay. Finally, or finalies, is this.
I wanted to give you each a minute to the final comment. And I wanted you really to talk about something else, the IEBC that we've mentioned. And now finally we have a selection.
Yes.
And in the next 90 days, we're going to have, hopefully,
a commission.
Without barring any legal challenges. But there are so many things to do, including the boundaries delimitation and review, preparations for the general election, the by-elections that are still pending, and registration of voters. 30 months to 2027, minus 3 months, 27 months, is that enough time for all this?
Well, firstly, because you know there is finals, but firstly, there is a
about a minute.
Yes, there is a paradigm shift, and there is new thinking on how we are going to vote in 2027. This is just the beginning of it, and I'm sure we are open to a lot of intricacies that are going to happen. I agree, it is not cast in stone yet. This is just the beginning. Second,